one thing I love about Canada is the fact that your skill sets are transferable, and so you're not necessarily tied to one profession. If you come to Canada and decide that you're tired of being a lawyer, there are other areas that you can find an occupation in. Hi guys, welcome back to Niger Loving Canada. Today, I'll be talking about alternative careers for professionals who are new to Canada. So, when I moved to Canada, I knew that I didn't immediately want to start doing law, and I knew that I didn't want to go back to school. And so, I had to start thinking of different things that I could do while I decided what I wanted to do, if I want to qualify here as a lawyer, or if I just wanted to do something else with my life. And so I was able to figure out what my skill sets were and which of those skill sets I could transfer to other careers. So today I'll be talking about those careers that you can have. So I'll start with lawyers. As I said before, I am a trained lawyer, but I wasn't really interested in jumping into the whole process of getting qualified here when I moved here. And so I looked at the different careers that I could possibly use the skill set that I had for. So I'll just give you some example of careers that you could look at alternatively while you decide what you want to do. The first alternative would be policy and government roles. For example, policy advisor, program management. These are jobs I've actually done previously. I was a policy advisor with the provincial government, and I worked as a program officer with the federal government. So with the skills that you have as a lawyer, you are able to enter into this career path very easily. Another one would be corporate compliance and risk roles. So for example, compliance analyst, a risk management specialist, corporate governance analyst, contract specialist. With your skills as a lawyer, you can get into these roles. Others would also be legal support roles, so roles such as paralegal. This was actually the primary reason why I moved to Alberta, because in Alberta you do not write exams to become a paralegal, and in Toronto, in Ontario, you had to write exams at the time when I was trying to decide. So that's what brought me to Alberta. Then you could also become a legal researcher, an immigration consultant assistant, a claims analyst. The list is endless. You could also work in the non-profit sector, like non-profit and international development. You could take on roles like program officer, project coordinator, grant and partnership coordinator. So just basically managing agreements with your different funders and stuff like that. With the skill set you have as a lawyer, they can translate in this career path. You can also look at tech. So you can look at things like data governance specialist, customer success manager. These are some roles you can get with your skill set as a lawyer. Like, the list is endless. Just go do your research and see what you can get with the skill sets that you have. Then for doctors, again, this is a profession where you have to go through the process of qualifying to practice as a doctor here. So there are alternative careers that you could look into while you wait to qualify. Or for some people, like I actually know doctors that were no longer interested in being doctors, and they are doing different things right now. So you could look into roles in health policy, public health and research roles. So you could become like a public health program officer. I know that the government hires positions like that. You could become a health research analyst. You can become a health policy analyst or a health promotion specialist. You could also look at health administration and program management roles. So roles such as program coordinator / manager, health services administrator. You can also look at clinical and health support roles. So roles such as medical office assistant, patient care coordinator, medical claims specialist. And you could also look at health technology and digital health. So roles such as clinical informatics, specialist, AI and health data policy analyst, medical software trainer. Like the list is endless. You can also go into the non-profit and community health work line. So you could look at things like community health worker, health education facilitator, settlement health liaison. You can also look at the pharmaceutical industry, insurance, and regulatory field. So you could look at clinical trials monitor, health insurance claim analyst, medical science liaison. Like the list is endless of things you can do with the skill set that you already have as a doctor. Some of these skills are very, very minor compared to being a doctor, but it's a start. You remain in the health industry and you do what you need to do to be able to practice here as a doctor. So the next set of people I'll be talking about will be accountants. My sister is an accountant, and while she's waiting to write her CPA, different roles that she looked at include accounting and bookkeeping roles. So roles such as accounts payable, accounts receivable clerk, junior accountant, payroll administrator. You could also look within finance, budget, and reporting roles. So things like grant finance officer, cost analyst, forecasting analyst, management accountant, reporting specialist, and you could also go into banking. I know a lot of friends that had some banking experience from back home in Nigeria, and that translated into jobs here for them. So you could be a financial services representative, you could be a mortgage specialist, a client advisor, credit analyst, or a loan officer. You can also look at the tax aspects of accounting, so tax and compliance. You could work as a tax associate. You could work with the CRA, that is Canada Revenue Agency. You could either work in the compliance unit or in the call center. You could work as a taxpayer agent. You can work as a tax associate. So all of these things are things that are similar to what you were doing back home in Nigeria, but that you can easily use your skill sets within. You can also look in the tech industry. So you can work as a fintech customer service manager. You can also work as a data analyst. So these are some options you can look at as someone who is looking to start working in the industry that they love, or that in the industry that they know, and the industry that they were working in previously back home in Nigeria. But you can also look and consider other jobs. Like when I first came, some of the things that I did are what we call survival jobs. So you could look at customer care. This can either be remote or in person. There are a lot of remote jobs. This is actually one of the jobs that most people come in and are able to get without Canadian experience, and is able to take care of your bills and all of that, especially with the remote ones. You are fortunate enough to be able to work from home while you are still trying to acclimatize and get used to your new home. And you could also work as a sales associate. So like in the store, you can work as a sales associate. You can get a job in the warehouse or in the factories. Like they actually make some good pay above minimum wage. I know a couple of people that started out in those sectors. You can also look at jobs in the grocery stores. You can work in like fast food restaurants. Just make sure that you're putting money in your pocket. You can, if you are able to come here and quickly write your written exam for your driving test, and then do the actual driving test and pass, you should be able to drive for Uber. You should be able to get delivery jobs and all of that, or personal shopper jobs. Yeah, you go to the store, shop for people, and then you make some sort of income from that. And then finally, you can always start a business. Like that is something you can consider. It doesn't have to be anything fancy or anything big. It could be a cleaning business. It could be a landscaping business. It could be anything. The list is endless. So these are some jobs that you can do with the skill set that you currently have. Is there any job that I left out, please leave that in the comment section. Tell me about jobs that you did. If you are already in Canada, tell me about jobs that you did when you came in, how you're able to transition from like working your regular jobs in Nigeria to finding new jobs or finding different industries here. And that's what I have for you today. Please make sure you like this video. Make sure you leave a comment telling me about anything you want to hear about. I'll be happy to make a video about it. And also make sure that you subscribe to the channel and hit the notification button so that you are notified each time I post a video. And also do not forget to follow me on all my social media handles. I also still post content there. So please follow me. Thank you very much for watching. Do have a lovely rest of your day, morning, evening, afternoon, whatever time you are watching this. Thank you and goodbye.